everyone, and welcome back. So this is the book I'm currently reading at the moment, The Painted Flawless Manual, The Art of Intimacy by Ekanem. It is so good. I will tell you more about it in the video, so keep watching and I'll let you know. Here I'm just having my dinner. We had hot dogs. These are not my usual ones. I do prefer the chicken ones, but we had hot dogs and some nachos on the side. This was the weekend, so me and hubby had nachos with it later on. So later on we had nachos in the evening while we watched TV. Just had some salami, some frankfurter sausages, and then I made my tea with cucumber, ginger, and lime, and some hot water. So my usual weekend, I go to Pret Manger as usual. Early in the morning, have my coffee, and I go to the gym. So yeah, we got coffee this time, and we've got food. We did get food because I was starving this week. So I actually got like a sausage sandwich, like a warm one, and I did have a croissant as well. It was really good. So after this we headed off to the gym. We did have a look around town for a little bit, for like 30 minutes before I went to the gym. So yeah, I think we just went to kind of a few shops that were open. It was quite early, so we just walked around and then we headed to our gym session. I wasn't able to get footage this time at the gym just because we were both doing sets together and it was quite a busy session, so I can't remember what we did. We did some deadlifts, some raised deadlifts as well. Amy was just being silly. She was walking in front of the camera. But yeah, we also have a good time together. It was a great time for us to catch up. I really like her water bottle, so I need to get one like that. This was after the gym. I just got changed into a new top. Me and my sister were going to have some coffee at our favourite coffee shop, but unfortunately my niece ended up having to go to the hospital just because she had an ear infection. She was okay, but in the end I ended up going by myself just because I was going to wait for her. So I waited for her, but in the end she ended up obviously having to stay a bit longer with my niece. But I had a good time, just ended up sitting here having a coffee and a croissant. Again, it was a bad week, I have to say. I'll be honest. I read my book, The Painted Flawless Manual, The Art of Intimacy. Loving this book, and I'm literally about to finish it. I've got one chapter left because it's that good. I will say the croissant was huge. If I'd known, I probably would not have had it, but it was delicious. I had a look around town while I waited for my train. I went into Rituals. They had some new things, but I didn't buy anything. But it was nice looking around. Just had some square tacos for dinner, mince with some sides, spinach, onions, salsa, tomatoes and jalapenos. It was really good. Thought I'd show you what things I sometimes have at work. I had this kind of lasagna-like thing with some potatoes. It was nice though. We love lilies in the house and I love blue, so I had these flowers. They're so good. This is my wedding pictures that I've printed out, which I'm in love with. Everybody, I hope you're doing well. What a week. I was not feeling best just because it's that girl time. I'd reveal like the thing I was talking about in the other video. So your girl's got a podcast. Cheering. I'll insert the little, picture here somewhere. Yeah, so I got a podcast. I just thought it would be the next step in in this journey. So if you guys want to listen to any of my motivational videos and stuff, or just listen instead of watching, so I'm gonna start adding them on there. It is now live, so please do follow along. Give me feedback. I am also changing in the journey. I'm trying to, it's called Transform with Sita on Spotify as well. So yeah, so that's the new exciting news. I'm very happy about it. I do actually enjoy it, surprisingly. Best of speakers, but this is forcing me to grow my vocabulary and in my speech. So once again, this is also part of my transformation journey, becoming the woman that I want to be, I thought to myself, I don't want to do it because I don't think I can speak great, and I thought, yeah, that's a good excuse to do it. So follow my example. If you think you can't do it, make sure you do it. Because that's you on yourself to practice and get better at actually doing that thing. So I definitely recommend. I also have been reading a beautiful book, Painted Flawless Manual, The Art of Intimacy by Ekanem, one of my lovely friends. It is on Amazon. I'll put the link below. I'll bring it up. It's upstairs with me, so I'll bring it down. Okay, and the Painted Flawless Manual, The Art of Intimacy, Ekanem Kofi Ikpeme. I think that I'm saying that right. But it's such a great book. It's about self-esteem and also faith. So I'll read the back for you a bit. The Art of Intimacy is the first part of the Painted Flawless Manual, and it provides a basis for understanding the value of our self-image. Woo! Went up the stairs. It helps identify the main layers that form significant parts of our being. It reveals wisdom, nuggets from lived experiences, and those of biblical heroes that could help us push through the wrestling moments and claim our true identity. Ultimately, it enables us to rediscover ourselves through our unique rhythms and deep reflection, even when we might have thought ourselves completely unworthy. So it's so beautiful. So in this one, she says, to take authority over a situation, we must search it out. We must gain as much understanding of it as we can. We must go down low before we rise up. When we try to understand things, we naturally assume a lower posture or we humble ourselves. And I loved that light. We all emit our own unique light on this earth. That particular luster you emit is unidentical to any other and yet completely recognizable in creation. This is why it is such a disappointment when we try to replicate the life of another, as there is nothing unique about us. Comparing ourselves with others is actually a fear of being seen. It is a twisted attempt to hide ourselves and stay in the dark. How beautiful is that? It says we shouldn't lose the essence of who we are in getting along with people because that particular luster is only found in us. We shouldn't let adaptability define us. We shouldn't let adaptability define us. We let it refine us. The word adapt means to make something suitable for a new use or purpose. So how beautiful, just so good, so articulated well. It's just so good. Please do follow her. She's an amazing writer. And she has a podcast. She's a blogger and has a podcast. She hosted, it's called the Elegance of Souls. So do follow her on Spotify as well on there. If you have low self-esteem issues, like we've all had sometime in our life, this definitely brings you to a place of just realizing how loving yourself, accepting yourself, just allowing yourself to be you is actually an advantage. It's actually a disservice to yourself to ever compare yourself or ever think that you need to be like someone else, because you're unique, you're a creation from God. He painted you. It's like a picture. She does an illustration of how it's like a picture where the creator and the painter have this intimate relationship with each other, and the painter is the one that's able to see the things that necessarily the individual doesn't see themselves, because he's the one that's actually painting and seeing everything. And it's just so good. Like, I'm finishing it off this week. I'm trying to do 5 books this year, but yeah, I'm going to obviously start with not 2 massive books, because I used to think that change happened without having to do anything. I would hope and wish that the change would happen and I didn't need to do anything. But no, I had to learn the hard way. Change happens when we intentionally want the change to happen, when we change our perspective, change our mindset, and we actually apply actions in place. So if you want to transform your life, join my podcast, Transform with Sita, so we can make practical steps to change our lives and become the women and the men that we know we can be. I hope you follow my new podcast, Transform with Sita, but here I was just making myself my juice: watermelon, ginger, lime, cucumber, celery, and watermelon. I blended this all up and then I sieved it. Had this in the morning just to try and get rid of this cold that's trying to come through. This evening I had a burger. I just had some lettuce and onion in there, and I put some mayo and barbecue sauce, just something simple. work. So coffee, and it's like 5 o'clock. Well, not 5 actually, it's 6 o'clock. But yeah, the joys of early mornings. This was the same day I had a vegan ham and cheese sandwich and I read my book on the train. I'm not usually a breakfast person, but this week I very much needed breakfast. Another week once again. I'm in a different space. I'm usually downstairs. I'm currently just gonna have some. I'm trying to wean myself off coffee because I realized how bad I've been with coffee this year. And I'm back, so I should actually do my calendar. You see that? It just shows me today's Friday. Shows me what I need to do. Got PT and brunch this week with the girlies, so that should be good because I really need a little bit of a rant. Not a rant actually, just to relax and not think about everything. It's currently looking like that. Okay, not the worst. The little red things are like little petals I got on Valentine's Day. My room, I did want to change these and basically paint these doors. I took the old ones off, so I got new ones in, but they're gonna fit properly. So I'm gonna go to TK Maxx and get some actually better ones that are bigger because the ones I got I think are a bit too small. Try to relax. It's been a kind of a week. It's been kind of restarting the business because obviously I did pause it for a bit just to get everything back into, well, basically kind of rebrand. But a part of me is like, I don't think we need to rebrand. Like, I think I just needed a break, and now I feel like my heart is pulling and tugging at the business because that's where my heart is. Once again, I've been reading Painting Flawless, The Art of Intimacy by Ekanem. And that's literally, I feel like just been opening my heart and my eyes to, like, she basically said something on the lines of like, if you're in a place where you just kind of like back and forth, or you're not happy with where you are, it's usually because you're not content in that area, like you're not happy in that area. That's why you're constantly kind of like questioning yourself because you're not in the place that you want to be, you're not in a happy place. And that makes sense, because if you're not, in a way you're saying, you're not being yourself. So if you find yourself, you're constantly like questioning yourself and not really sure of things, it's because you're probably not being yourself in the area that you're in, if that makes sense. So let's say you're in a job, you kind of feel like, I don't like this job, you don't know really why, or you're kind of back and forth with it, and you're like, well, it's not the worst thing in the world, but you still just feel like you're not that content in it, but you have a passion for something else, like, I don't know, being a business owner or doing a side hustle that you enjoy, and you feel so much yourself there, you feel fulfilled, happy. It's because you're doing the thing that you want to do, you're doing the thing that's fulfilling your soul and your purpose, and that's where your happy place is, and that's why you're being yourself. Whereas in the area that you know might not be happy in, you're not being yourself truly because you're actually wanting to do, you're not in the area that you want to be in, if that makes sense. But yeah, she has great nuggets of knowledge. Definitely recommend the book. I will link it in the description below. It's just such a good, it just opens your eyes basically, especially the things that I was thinking or had the feelings of but couldn't articulate, and she's articulated it very well. So yeah, definitely a good read. I feel like because of that I've kind of been delving deep into myself, and it's obviously a kind of it's a self-image, self-help book. I would say self-help book actually, yeah, that's the wrong word. It looks at your self-image towards yourself and how that self-image is connected to God, and yeah, and it's very deep, it's so good. Recommended read for sure. The best thing I did was actually start with that book because I think now I'm literally in the motivation for reading so much. But yeah, I think because I've been reading that, looking into myself, and she was basically saying there's nothing wrong with looking into yourself and discovering who you are, because you're important. And I think in life sometimes we're so busy concentrating on everything else, everyone else, that we actually forget to look inside ourselves, and we kind of neglect ourselves. And it's actually good to kind of be like, there's nothing wrong with trying to find who you are and know yourself actually know yourself and be like, I'm this type of person, I'm good at this, my weaknesses are this. And that's actually a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It doesn't make you a bad person or knowing yourself and truly knowing yourself. And I think we can be too scared at times to actually delve deep into who we are and to actually allow ourselves to be like, yeah, I have this weakness. Yeah, this is thing, but I've also got this, and this thing that's good about me, and that makes me a better person. Or in this area, I might not be great or I'm weak in, but I'm also I'm working it out. So definitely recommend if you suffer with, I don't know, speaking low to yourself or speaking down to yourself, having self-image issues of being like, who am I really? I think it's a great book to start with. And just, yeah, it's more than anything, it's encouraging and just a great real life experience book where she shares her own personal life experiences, which is nice and authentic. So definitely go ahead and read that. And now I'll go and get some coffee. I'm trying not to have coffee, so I'm like back and forth with it. But I'm gonna start with one a day. And then that's why I realized that I'm not in a great place, because I never used to have coffee like this. Like, I've never used to have coffee like this. And I think it's because of currently where I'm at. With certain things, that I think I'm having a lot of coffee because I'm kind of compensating for the fact that I'm currently stressed out, and not stressed out, but just thinking about things too much. So I definitely need to reduce that. But yes, I'll see you soon. I'm gonna do my hot water bottle because it's cold in this place.